Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Franca and this is Aglow for Christ. It is that platform where we discuss on how to raise our children in a godly way. Yeah, I'm repeating this for if you're joining us for the very first time, so you know what we do in this platform. And a special welcome to you joining us today for the first time. And if you're always here watching my videos, commenting and sharing, thank you very much for helping to promote this platform, and may God reward you with godly children. So like I promised you, in today's episode I'm going to talk on a component of sexual purity, like another aspect that we need to be on the watch for if we want our children to be sexually pure till marriage. So today I'll be talking on dressing, the attire, the way our children appear before people, and even in the house. Yeah. So before I begin, let me ask you this question: what is the identity you've given to your children? Looking at their attires, looking at the way they appear, looking at what they wear. I say it is an identity because most times our dressing go a long way. Our dressings go a long way to tell who we are in the inside. Now, so many people have said that dressing it does not really matter. But I personally think that our dressing really matters. All right. So, for example, you identify a doctor by their uniforms, by the normal white overall. Doctors, nurses, hospital workers, you identify them by that way. You identify students by their uniforms. True? Yeah. So you identify farmers by sometimes the way, yeah, if you're in Africa, you'll understand what I say. Yeah, even in Europe, you should understand how a farmer looks. You're covered up, you have your your equipments, farm equipment, and they are identified by that. You identify maybe bricklayers by the way they are dressed up and the equipment they carry and all of that. So why do you think that dressing does not really matter? Why do you think that the way your children dress up doesn't really matter? It doesn't. You don't care how they dress. You don't care how they go out of the house, how they go to church. You don't care because you say that the dressing has nothing to do with the values they have in them. Now, if you can identify doctors this way and farmers and students, if you market women, if you can identify them this way, it means that what your children wear is their identity. And as Christian parents, our children are supposed to reflect Christ even on the outside. Our children are supposed to reflect Christ in what they wear. Now, I know that you'll ask me what's the relation between dressing and sexual purity. This is it. We all know, now I'm stuttering. We all know that there are certain parts of the body that can provoke some people. I don't want to say just men, because nowadays, I mean, even women rape other women. Guys, they think it's so confusing. But the only thing that reassures me is that we have a hope in Christ. Our hope is in God for a better future generation. So I was saying that our dressings or our children's dressing matter because now there are parts of our bodies that you and I know that when you expose can provoke someone to sin, right? With you or with another person. Someone can, just by seeing your child portraying their breast, buttocks, their laps, all those intimate parts, even if they are not tempted to sexually abuse them or sexually engage with them, they'll be tempted to maybe do it with some other person. The said person can go look for a prostitute, for a harlot, or for just because they have been provoked, they have been aroused, if I can use that word now. And I don't even want to talk of the case where it will be with that child. We have heard so many stories. We have heard so many stories of how old people, young men, they rape girls. Now, do not get me wrong. I'm not saying that some of the cases, that all the cases of rape are due to the way the children were dressed up. No, that's not what I'm saying, because I know that when the devil is in a person's heart, the person can, go do things. Guys, without God, there is no sanity in any human being. Without God in our hearts, there is nothing good in us. Now, so I am saying that some cases, yes, are provoked by the way we dress our children up. I live presently in a society where, if you see the way young girls dress up, mothers, see, sometimes I feel like crying. If you see the way mothers dress up their children, the shorts, there is no need to wear panties inside, because if they wear their pants, the pants will be longer than the shorts. You know what I'm talking about. The entire chest is outside, Guys, I mean, I'm not saying that there are set down rules for how to dress. Say your skirt must be at the ankle level, or I'm not saying that. I'm not in any way trying to set rules on the lengths of our dresses and the parts that we can expose and parts that. But I am saying that there is no way you tell me that you don't know those parts that when they are exposed, they can arouse sexual thoughts in people who see it. All right, so I'm calling on us all, if we want our now, see, sometimes when you dress up your children that way, let me start with the girls. When you teach them how to dress up that way, you not only provoke other people, but you provoke them who are dressed up that way. If you don't know, you provoke them, because by the time you expose their chest, especially if they have gotten to a stage where they've already started having breasts protruding on their chest, you expose their chest, you expose their buttocks, and maybe the laps, or I don't know. Now, you have seen it. You know that even their, we call it wocket, will change. They now lift up the chest like this, and the buttocks, they send it behind, and they walk like this. You know why? Because they know that they are exposed, and they want people to see it. My mother always said that children are very fast to learn bad things. They are very fast to catch it. So we have to try by every possible means to reduce such thoughts in our children, to reduce, to stop. Why am I talking of reducing? To stop such thoughts in our children, and to stop the aspect of provoking other people sexually with the way our children are dressed. Let me quickly read something for you from Proverbs chapter 7 verse 10. It says, I'll read just part of it, yeah. It says, then out came a woman to meet him, dressed like a prostitute. I'll end it there. It's part of the scripture. I'll end it there. Dressed like a prostitute. Now, to all of you who think that our dressings do not matter, or our children, they are still young, you can know they don't know anything yet, you wear them those shorts and all of that, it's normal. What about that brother neighbor watching them? What about the sister neighbor watching them who has not received Christ? When they see them, our children go to church. I mean, even in the house of God, you need to see the kind of dressing that our children wear. Sometimes some of these thoughts are not provoked in those people just by the first time they see them. No, they'll see them on Monday dressed like that. They start harnessing those thoughts. They start cultivating the thoughts in them. The next time they see them, the chest is open. The next time they see them, the buttocks are exposed. The next time they see them, it's the tummy that is exposed and all of that. And for a very long time, they start cultivating it. And because they do not have God in them, after a period of time, they will be unable to resist that urge. and they'll grab our young daughters and spoil them. Our young boys with trousers under their buttocks. Our young boys who now wear do you know that boys nowadays even wear things and expose their hairy chests? Yes, and expose their pants. There are people out there who have not yet received God. And please stop provoking them to sexually abuse your children or sexually abuse others because they have been aroused by the way your children were dressed. We have read from the Bible that there's a woman who came dressed like a prostitute. What does this tell you? It tells me that by her dressing, one could identify in which circle she is. She was dressed like a prostitute, meaning prostitutes have the way they dressed. And I'm shocked that today parents try to copy the way prostitutes dress and impose that on our children. See, I want to use this video to thank my mother immensely. When I was young, my mom used to force us sometimes to tie our hair to church and to wear long skirts and blouse sewn with the African fabrics. Now, I used to think that, Mama was exaggerating. Chai, what is this? But no, guys, Mama, thank you so much. I wish, and I think that you're going to watch this video and I want you to know that you've done or you did a great job in my life and in the life of my sisters. Like I said, I'm not setting any rules. What I'm saying is that when you dress up your child, and for you, the young lady watching me, when you dress up in the morning to leave your house, ask yourself a few questions. Ask yourself, if someone else sees me this way, can that person in any way be aroused sexually? Ask yourself, am I covered? Are my sensitive parts really covered? Ask yourself all these questions that come to mind and do not undermine them, because sometimes these questions pop up in your minds and I know, but sometimes you say, I'm young, well, they are children and all of that. Dear parents, dressing, our children's dressing matter. Their dressing, the way they appear in public and at home, the way they appear, the way they appear physically matters. It is their identity, and you have to start teaching them while they are young. I think that in all my videos I've mentioned this statement. You have to teach them while they are young. Do not wait when they will be 16 or 15. That time will be late. Start from the very beginning. And do not forget the boy children. Not only the girl children can provoke people sexually, even the boys can provoke people sexually. The world today is evil. Without God, the hearts are evil. So please join me in this quest, and let's help our children to be sexually pure from the very onset. Thank you all. Remember to share this video. Remember to click on the like button and on the share button. Yeah, I already said that. Remember to click on the notification bell, so that each time you know the rest. Thank you for watching and stay tuned. I'm coming up with other components of sexual purity. I love you all with the love of God.